like a central place where I can put all the information that will fold through then to all the documents I do on that transaction? What I want to find is there a way to set up a transaction, everything related to that transaction goes there, and so that the documents autofill as we're going along? Those are my questions. That's my basic question.
If you are starting off, let's say you are representing the seller and you do the rep agreement, and now you have a buyer coming in that wants to make an offer, whether it's an LOI or a purchase agreement, you go back to your rep agreement.
Okay.
Because it contains the data you want to, at least on the seller side, that you want to merge into your form. And you'll see here, when you open up this document record, you can see associated templates.
Okay.
So if you create a purchase agreement from here or a letter of intent from here, it's going to take all of the information you had entered about Sam's Sporting Goods and the seller's name and all that. It's going to automatically merge that into all your seller data in your LOI or your purchase agreement.
Okay.
Same with your seller disclosure. Once you have a seller rep agreement, you need an entity authorization form. You create that from here, or your seller disclosure, you create it from here, or an amendment. If you want an amendment to your rep agreement to extend it, let's say, your rep agreement's coming to an end, or you want a price change or something like that, you need a quick amendment. I mean, you can literally do, like, I'll show you how easy it is to do an amendment in Legito. I love these because like 30 seconds to, okay. So, I'm going to take this off because that's my broker firm number. It merged all of my seller information in here already. And let's say I don't have any buyer information yet because I'm amending a representation agreement. So I get down here and it's like, well, what's your amendment number? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this will be amendment number 1. I'm amending the representation agreement.
Okay.
The date has already been filled in because it filled that in when it merged that in from the rep agreement.
Right.
Am I extending it? Yes, I can extend it. Am I changing the asking price? Well, you can see here, okay, what's your new termination date? So I can select that. Are you changing the asking price? Yes. We're going to change it from whatever it was to, $560. It's a weird number, but whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Are you changing the down payment? Yes. That's going to be $560 because seller doesn't want to carry a note. Are you changing the broker fee? No. Are there any other modifications? Yes. So if you have other modifications, you enter them in here, and I could say one, seller's laptop is not included in the sale, or is expressly excluded. We do it that way.
Right.
And then let's say he also wants to exclude the furniture. So I can say too, furniture in seller's office is expressly excluded because he wants to take it home, have a home office, and you can add as many paragraphs as you want.
Okay.
And then when you're done with that, you save it. And I always do print previews before I print anything, or before I download, because it's just easier.
Well, I always want to see what is it I'm asking them to sign. So
yeah.
But
you can see here, it just automatically says, okay, new termination date, our new asking price, our new down payment, seller's laptops expressly excluded, furniture in seller's office expressly excluded.
Perfect.
All other terms remain the same, ready for signature. So super easy to create amendments.
Great.
And if this was an amendment to, let's say we were amending a purchase agreement, not the rep agreement, then, I mean, it could be a buyer rep agreement we're amending. or it could be an LOI or a purchase agreement. So,
Okay,
you know, so it's, or an other, which would be like
okay,
a consulting agreement or independent contractor agreement.
okay,
So just makes it super easy to do these.
okay. I appreciate all this because I have been playing around with it, but sometimes I didn't see this, and this makes a big difference
These
because
associated templates.
associated templates, yes, that helps a lot.
Well, the other thing it does too is once you create an associated template, it puts it also over here. Once you save it, it puts it over here in your related documents.
Oh, okay.
So now you have a list of, you know, the different documents that are related to this rep agreement, which I've got a seller disclosure, entity authorization form, amendments, purchase agreements, you know, so I've got all kinds of things here that I've created off of this particular rep agreement. And you can also add, you know, maybe you created like a COVID-19 form disclosure or something, and it's not in here as an associated template, but you want to associate it with this particular rep agreement. So you can say add existing, and like I said, you know, the document record, you would select from there. So every document has a document record ID, which you can copy to the clipboard. And, you know, so let me go back here and see, do I have, let's go into manage documents, because the dashboard only has the last 10 documents that you had accessed, the most current 10. But manage documents has all of your documents. And you can also search for something. So if I wanted to see something that's got COVID, you know, here's my advisory and acknowledgement. So now if I look at that, I can see the document record, click on the little thing to copy it to the clipboard. And now if I go back to my rep agreement, if I want to associate that, I can say add existing, and I can search for, and there it is, the COVID advisory. I can say, okay, add this. And now it's going to show up as a related document related to this particular rep agreement.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you're sharing information, let's say I don't know your office, but you know, if you have a managing broker that wants to review things before they go out to the clients, then you can share the documents with your managing broker. You can add messages in here, which your broker would be able to see and can respond back to you.
Okay.
So, and then also if your managing broker, you know, once they approve something, they're just going to change it from draft to approved. And then when you see it approved, then you know you can go ahead and send it to the seller. Or to the buyer, as the case may be.